Greetings all. Hope you are all doing well. I want to share today with you that there's a couple words that have been on my mind over the past couple weeks. And this morning I just want to share one of those words with you and why it's on my mind. And I've been reading in Acts, and around Acts 20 and those chapters in there, Paul is going all kinds of different places, and wherever he goes, he's obviously talking about Jesus, and it just struck me that wherever he goes, he is scattering those seeds. I think of that word because I've been throwing some grass seed out and scattering it around and hoping it grows. And as Paul was scattering the seed, sometimes the seed that he sowed took root. People believed, came to the faith, and sometimes little churches would start and crop up. And at the same time, there's people that rejected what he had to say, didn't want to hear, argued with him, and sometimes even drove him out of town. And yet, everywhere he went, he carried who he was with him. He had Jesus in him. And so he scattered the seeds. And I thought, that's really what we are called to as a church, to scatter some of those seeds. And Jesus even said in the parable of the sower, that story he tells about how those seeds get scattered in those different places. And, well, sometimes they take root and sometimes they don't. Our responsibility is just to take Jesus with us wherever we go. And as I was thinking about Paul and scattering the seeds, I also thought back to Acts chapter 8, verse 1. And it's just after Stephen has been stoned. And it said that a great persecution against the church broke out. They were going through some tough times. And even though there's not a persecution going on in church right now, we're being challenged in some new ways. We really are, as individuals and as a church together. And what happened in that very same verse, where we hear there's a great persecution, it said that they were scattered. The people were scattered throughout Judea and Samaria, and as they went to these different places, what did they take with them? They had Jesus in their heart, and they had Jesus in their words. And so the message of Jesus and his life, his death, and his resurrection, all the things he did, touched the lives of people. And I thought how powerful that is for us to remember that wherever you go, if you have Jesus in you, you are scattering the seeds. And even though we're in a time where we might feel like it's tougher and we've got new challenges, I think we also have to see new ways of doing things. I was just hearing yesterday, I think, from about my sister down in Texas. Hi, Kathy. Her and her husband retired. They moved to a new neighborhood at the beginning of this year. And with what's going on, they go for a walk every day. They have met, talked to, and got to know all their neighbors. Being socially distant and safe, and yet on the street, stop, talk, get to know. And they get to scatter Jesus because they carry Jesus inside of them. And so I thought, too, we want to be conscious of scattering seeds. And I know we're challenged. Well, we can't go out, we can't do this. But we've got some new ways to do those things, because we can still text somebody. We can still pick up a phone, call somebody who's on our mind. And in those ways, we scatter the seeds. You know, we just finished up the Red Letter Challenge, and the last 3 weeks of the Letter Challenge were serving and giving and going. And when you think about those weeks and the things we talked about, each one of those was a way of scattering. By serving, helping somebody, and just letting your service be the hands of Jesus in somebody else's life. And we had somebody show up at our house the other day and help patch my roof, to come and to serve. giving. People sharing things with others, and I've heard the stories of people getting stuff dropped on their porch. Different ways that people are looking to give and make sure people are taken care of and going. And so we go in new ways, and we have some unique opportunities, and we want to make sure to take advantage of those. So I want to share with you another word, and it's a little bit different than scattering, but I'll do that at another time. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great day.